Welcome to Voices of Impact, a show where dreams meet action and change makers unite. We are your co-hosts, Brad and Kathy Lambert of KBL Impact Partners. You can find us locally in your city on My Genre Radio FM, Monday through Fridays at 2 p.m. Central. Also, we are televised on Valuable Television Network at 4 p.m. Central and Urban Core Television at 3 p.m. Central. You can find all 100 plus stations on Atu Media under radio and television tabs.
We are so excited to be with you today, and our special guest is Dr. Marty Casey. Dr. Marty is a global peace ambassador and has built a fulfilling and impactful career that transverses entertainment and community service, an anointed singer, gifted actress, writer, producer, and director. Her portfolio of contributions and body of work continues to evolve as she combines her passion for the arts with her compassion for her community. Dr. Casey asserts, hurting people hurt people, and heal people can heal people. She has set out to support individuals, families, and communities with her latest development of UnGUN Institute, focused on disarming trauma in an effort to heal from collective traumatic events. For many years now, Dr. Casey has leveraged her passion for art, combining it with her compassion for activism, which led her to coin the term actrivist to best describe her mission. This passion led her to establish the nonprofit ShowMeArts Academy Foundation in 2014, the first fine arts organization to address collective community trauma in response to the unrest of Ferguson. To date, Dr. Marty has received over 60 awards, from local to global recognitions, including 2 presidential lifetime awards and local proclamations, including a #1 bestseller for her book compilation entitled In Her Power, In Her Wisdom. On a personal note, Brad and I have known Dr. Marty for many years and have seen her work grow from a local program to a global movement. When we come back, we'll be joined by Dr. Marty Casey.
We're here today with our guest, Dr. Marty Casey. Thank you for joining us. How are you today?
I am wonderful, Brad and Kathy, my friends.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we're so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So describe for our audience, who is Dr. Marty Casey?
Wow, now that's an interesting question. I wonder
It's a
who came
loaded
up with
question.
that. It is. Well, you know what? Let me start off by saying that I am a community's friend. That's who I would say I am, but I'm an artist. I started off acting and singing at an early age. I think I sang my first solo in church when I was like 12 years old.
Okay.
And when I discovered that I had a talent, right, a gift, I started really just tuning into that. And by the time I got in high school, I was singing everywhere, doing every single thing. I actually am the first African American at Missouri Baptist University with a full scholarship in music.
Oh
there.
my goodness,
Yeah.
you're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I am not. And so music really became that space and place for me to heal and to become. And then I started acting. And I started acting because I lost my hearing in my left ear due to trauma. And a lot of people don't know that.
I did not know
Most
that.
people do not. But this is one of those moments that I want to share that out loud because we're going to be talking about trauma today. And trauma, actually, it claimed my hearing. I can only hear in my right ear.
Wow.
And so that kind of made things a little difficult in terms of singing, thinking that I was going to be the next Whitney Houston. So I thought, so I knew that wasn't going to happen. So then I turned to stage in terms of acting. And after catching that acting bug, I was behind the scenes when you start seeing those cameras and seeing how everything works and mics. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to produce. So I started writing, directing, and producing stage plays over 25 years ago.
Wow.
So singing, acting professionally, and I'm in the Actors Union, the AEA, and I am a professional national playwright.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
who I am.
My goodness.
That's how the art started.
And so you wear all the different hats.
Yes.
So it sounds like, obviously you've got the singing and the acting over here, and then you've got UnGUN and the Arts Foundation over here. It sounds like your personal experience dealing with trauma kind of pushed you from one to the other.
You got
Not
it.
that you stopped doing it over here. You're
Right.
still doing the singing and the acting, but
Absolutely.
what was that transition like when you really saw, I got to do something for my community?
That is, so let me just say this. You just summed it all up. This interview really is over with, Brad, on that question right there. Because you just,
I hope we got more time to go.
you just summed it all up. I start with telling you who I am in terms of how I came into the arts, because what I discovered is that the arts for me, music, theater, dance, poetry, speaking, all of that is medicine, natural medicine. And we are all born with that medicine inside of us. We all have gifts and talents that if you can just tap into your natural gifts and talents, you can heal yourself from anything. And for me, it was music.
Yeah.
It was stage, and it still is.
Right.
And so when we had a community, I would say, situation to happen in our own city, Ferguson.
Right.
We've heard that
Right.
word before.
Right.
When the unrest hit in our own city, I sat back and I said, how can I help? How can my voice in this moment become power? How can I lend my voice?
Right.
And I knew that my experiences was stage.
Right.
And I just heard Spirit speak and say, go ahead and do it now. Start the organization you've been putting off. ShowMeArts Foundation was something I had been dreaming and thinking about for over 10 years before Ferguson even happened. But I never gave myself permission to do it because I didn't think I was the right person or that I had all of the right tools or the power to get it done.
Sure.
And when Ferguson happened, Spirit said, right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And I still didn't have the money. I still didn't have the time. I didn't have any of those things. But when you say yes, when you say yes, everything else will line up.
That's
and
right.
that's exact. My friend said, well, what do you need? And they just started coming and bringing and doing. And before you knew
Isn't
it,
that amazing?
we had a foundation.
Right. It's because of your obedience, right?
That
And saying yes.
saying yes to the call.
Yes.
Saying yes and
the
mean
call.
it.
Yes.
Like so many people say yes to doing something, but then they don't do.
That's right.
You still have to do it.
But you have to move your feet.
You move your feet.
But
Come
you-
on.
have to
You
move your feet.
We're gonna make a song.
Okay,
You have to move your feet. Oh, yeah.
you knew long ago that arts was the answer
It was the
to
answer.
trauma and
Yeah.
healing.
Yes, because it saved my life. And now I'm going to tell a little bit of personal. I actually do a one-woman show where I play 7 characters in my family. My great-great-grandmother, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, my brother, my daughter, and myself. Okay? That's 7 characters of generational trauma. But I always say trauma is transferable and so is healing. So I take you through that transition of showing you where the trauma hit in my family, but then I show you how we healed. And so from that, early on in my life, my father and my mother was in an abusive marriage, and my brother and I witnessed that. And for me, I turned to acting. I would take my little Barbie dolls inside the closet and I would do skits. And I'm going to be honest now, Brad, no offense here, but I made Barbie kick Ken's butt every single
right.
time.
Good
She
for
won
you.
every fight.
Why does that surprise you?
I love it.
She did. But The reason being is that it was my way of trying to empower my mother to save yourself. Do whatever you need to do to save yourself. And I was every bit of 6, 7, 8 years old doing that. And then fast forward, now I'm writing plays.
Yeah.
And I'm creating characters. Well, it started back then. It started back then. And so I knew that healing, I had the ability to heal myself. Then fast forward, here I am in high school, and some anger issues was coming up. And the only way I was able to deal with those anger issues is that I had a beautiful music teacher, Miss Vicki Bourne. I will never forget her. She just passed away a couple of years ago. And we were still friends on Facebook. And so I have to say that because she musically put a mic in my hand and she says, Marty, you're gifted. She says, but as soon as those doors open, they will probably close if you don't change what's going on the inside. I didn't know what she meant by that.
Yeah.
But what she was talking about was trauma. And that wasn't a word 35 years ago that we were we were speaking of, right? It's a buzzword now. You hear it everywhere. Everybody's talking about trauma and healing and centering and all of that. But she just said, you got to change what's going on the inside. She gave me the location. And from that, I started working on that. And then she did this. She says, if you don't get in any trouble between now, which was in October, until February, which would have been Black History Month, I will allow you to sing any song you want to sing in front of the entire student body and faculty. Oh, that's like telling me that I get to go to you know, my favorite restaurant and eat whatever I want. You know, I'm taking advantage of that. And so listen, Kathy, this is what it did for me.
Oh my gosh.
I still had individuals that were attempting to bully me. I still had individuals that was attempting to disrespect me. But what I gained was self-control because what I wanted was on the other side of that. And I would say to them, you know, I heard what you said. I'm not going to respond to it now, but I'll get you after February.
Right.
That's what I said, right? And so February came and I sang. And when I finished that song.
How did it feel when you were up on that stage?
That's what I was going to say. When I finished the song, before I could hit the last note, they were already standing to their feet and clapping.
Oh, wow.
And that standing ovation gave me permission to have my own inner power and not ever have to respond or react to someone else's attempt to throw me off my square.
What a gift.
So after February, I didn't worry about getting them back in March.
That's right.
I didn't worry about getting them back in April or May.
Right.
I owned me and my own ability to control my temper. And that's what I teach youth and individuals today through UnGUN Institute, which is disarming trauma. The trauma that was inside of me needed to be disarmed. How did I do it? I did it with self-love, self-discipline, and self-honor.
Amazing.
That is, I feel like I'm speechless. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. And what a gift.
Thank you.
What a gift you are.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, but I do want to add this. My situation came from exposure. Remember, I told you, my brother and I witnessed the fighting between my mother and father. And when children witness that type of interaction, you take that in.
You internalize it.
You internalize it. You take it in. And it got stuck. And so every time something happened, I responded from that.
Yeah. But you had that release.
Wow.
And
that's ungunning. That's what this release is called. It's called ungunning. It's able to release those trauma bullets that we've been hit with that we didn't see coming.
We've got about 30 seconds till our first break. Real quick, what inspires you daily?
God.
Okay.
My relationship with God.
Okay. Front and center.
Front and center.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, we are going to take our first break, and we are so excited to be here today with Dr. Marty Casey. And stay with us because we have a lot more to come. We'll be right back.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Join our Frame Up for Funding program, the 12-week accelerator by KBL Impact Partners. This proven program has helped nonprofits raise millions of new dollars by mastering donor engagement, board development, and funded programs. With only 10 organizations per cohort, you'll get personalized coaching and a clear, achievable funding roadmap to drive success. If you're ready for an explosive 2025, please schedule a meeting with us through our website at kblimpactpartners.com. We'd love to hear from you. Welcome back to Voices of Impact, and we are here with our special friend and guest, Dr. Marty Casey. So, Dr. Marty, who inspires you daily?
Oh, wow. Well, like I said, who inspires me daily is truly my relationship with God. But when I think about those who I interact with, on a daily basis, I have to say everybody that I meet.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by everyone
Right.
I meet. Just to know that every individual is unique, we miss opportunities of really seeing something special happen when we ignore people that we encounter and we come in contact with, that we're sitting in a restaurant with, or
Right.
we're walking down the street. I speak to everybody when I go down the street. I even make people speak on the elevator. And this is what I say. This is my elevator pitch when the door closes. And it's obvious that they just kind of got their blinders on. And I go, well, hello, I see that you're in your own space. Don't want to interrupt anything. But have you ever imagined if this elevator stopped, you would have to say something to me?
I love
like
it.
you may have to say, do I have some candy or a candy bar? And I keep food on me. So you would want to say
Right.
hello to me. And they start laughing. The elevator doors open. And then this is what they do. You have a great day. I say, you too. So I just start the conversation.
I love that.
You give people permission to be a part of your life. I look at us, the world is like a puzzle. You're one piece of that puzzle, and you're clicking and fitting in with someone else, and combined, we're the whole big picture.
Right. But don't you feel that so many times we're busy, right? And we're on our own agendas. And if we just do, like what you just said,
Absolutely.
pay attention.
Yeah. But what are you
And-
busy doing?
and-
That's what I'm getting. 9 times out of 10, Kathy and Brad, we're busy doing something that we said yes to, that we want to make the world better.
Right.
But then when we're in the world, we're not showing up as our best.
Absolutely.
That doesn't make sense to me.
No.
So be your best while you're in the world,
Right.
so that you can then do the work being busy to make the world better.
And to be able to stop and not always go. I know, like, that's for me that I had to learn is no matter what I was doing, nothing was more important than the person who I'm interacting with.
Oh, you're saying something there. You are saying something there, because I'm sure you all going to be asking me in a minute about what I'm doing now.
Right, right.
And what I'm doing now, I can't even pick my phone up during the day, because
no.
I'm scared I might lose it in some of the stuff that I'm working
I
on.
know. I know.
So I literally have learned in the last 30 days to not have my phone in my hand
Yeah.
24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's lovely.
that's good.
It is lovely.
It's lovely.
It is lovely. And it's amazing the people that God brings through your doors,
Oh my goodness, yes.
right?
Yes, yes. I meet amazing people every single day. Just walking here into the studio today,
Right.
I've met 2 individuals I didn't know before, but we do very similar things. We're all in the arts, right?
Absolutely.
So we need to know each other.
Right. We all need to know each other. So you're a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a business owner, a leader of a nonprofit. How do you do all of this?
Well, I try to really set some boundaries with everything. And I know that may sound a little structured, but that's being honest. My husband requires a home cooked meal every single day. That's what he loves, And and I know that as a wife going in. So sometimes I know I'm going to come home late. I'm going to do a crock pot meal. So
Right.
by the time he makes it home, it's done. I know that my daughter is outside, if you will, doing amazing things, and she doesn't call often, but when she does call, I'm gonna make time to pick that phone up.
Right.
No matter what, I don't care what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm gonna answer that call.
priority.
It's a priority. I know that my grandson, when he calls, it's something going on and he needs his mama, and I am going to make time to do whatever it is that he needs. So when you kind of know the relationships you have and what's required of you with those relationships, you now know how to show up.
Right.
And then I make time in between that for everything else. I have elderly parents now, my mom and my step-up father, and I know that if my mother says she has a doctor's appointment, I'm going to reschedule everything else around that.
Right.
Because being there for my mother right now is the most important thing to me.
it's putting the
And
first
that
thing
even
first.
takes
Yes.
priority over that crock pot meal.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because
I love
because he
it.
can order pizza that day.
That's right.
Because I'm taking my mom to the doctor. So my family and friends understand where my priorities are
Yeah.
and how I show up.
So you're
and they
very
respect
clear.
that. Yep, but you have to set those boundaries.
Right. Sure.
If you say yes to everybody with everything all the time, you're going to fail.
So I'm just thinking about our audience, and so many people, and even like with myself so many times, have a hard time setting those boundaries. So what would you suggest, or how to do that?
The first thing that you need to do is be honest with yourself. What do you really want to do? And what can you do? And if you can't do it all, who can you get to help you?
Right.
That's important. I call on help all the time. I recognized early on, I can't do it all. And even if I wanted to, it's just not
Right.
enough hours in the day to get these things done. So I may have to call on someone and say, hey, can you pick my grandson up
Right.
and take him here? He wants me to do it and I can't. Can you do that? And I don't ask people for a lot. So of course they go, of course, Marty, I would love to
Right.
do that. And there it is.
Right.
It's still being done. I still showed up for him, but I got somebody else to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love it.
One of your many titles is Global Peace Advocate.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means that so you led in speaking about the word that I coined, which is actrivist.
Yep.
An actrivist is a professional actress and writer, director, producer, all that in between, and activist. Well, when you hear activist, sometimes people get scared of that word. They think that means like you're outside fighting for something.
Right.
And no, you're standing for something.
Right.
Everybody's fight could look different, and so you're standing for something. But I like peace advocate because I need them to understand that if I come into the room, I come to shift that room,
Right.
but I'm going to do it in a peaceful manner.
Yeah.
And I do that everywhere I go, not just in my own community and my own family, but I do this nationally and I do it globally. I have a group of global friends that are coming from all over, from Australia, from Spain, from Africa,
Oh,
on
my
August the 10th. They're coming in, and we're actually having a huge celebration on Black Sunday, which is an international holiday that I co-created 5 years ago. And we planted a peace pole here in Ferguson after the unrest of Ferguson.
Yes, I
And that
remember,
the
yes.
peace pole was planted. It's the
Yes.
only peace pole planted in St. Louis. So we're coming to celebrate that peace pole being here. And so when you think about being an advocate, Brad, it is the action behind what you stand for.
Right.
We can't just do something, name it something, put a sticker on it and walk away.
then forget about
You
it.
have to do the work.
Right.
A lot of people don't even know how to show up in peace. They only know how to fight because we haven't shown them what peace action looks like. If I said right now we're going to go to war, we know what we're going to wear. We know we're going to march. We know what songs we're going to sing, all of those things. But if I say we're going to go to peace, we'll be like, well, what would we do? What goes next? And so you have to teach people what peace looks like.
And what does that peace look like?
Peace looks like to me gathering with other people that are also peace advocates. And it looks like doing the work as if you were doing war work, but you have to now do peace work. So it's healing. It is the change that we want to see in our communities. It's helping. It's understanding. It's doing more listening than talking. And for me, that's hard.
Really,
but I
Me
practice.
too.
But I practice.
Right.
And you know,
it's
so
disarming. That's the
it's
word you use a
disarming.
lot.
Yeah. And so you do peace advocacy every day, and you probably don't even know you do it. And you are a part of the Peace Army because you and I are friends.
Right.
And I'm only friends with people that's a part of the Peace Army.
I love it.
You just received a huge award, the Community Champion.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Congratulations.
Yes.
Wow, thank you. And thank you to Black Girls Rock and the National Coalition of Black Women for even acknowledging that. Community champion. Wow. We talked about community, but when you talk about champion, to me that says that you've been doing this a while. And you're one of the best at it, if not the best. That's what the word champion means to me. And so those are some big shoes to continue to walk in. And I received this special award side by side with Jackie Joyner Kersey, who also received the biggest award that night. They gave out,
Yes.
you know, and we know she's a champion, right?
Yes, she
and
is.
so with that being said, I am very honored, because a lot of times you're not always honored in your own home. You're not. And so to receive that type of title in my own city in St. Louis,
huge.
that is super, super huge. And I'm so honored. And again, I'm grateful and humbly grateful.
Well, you've given so much to the city. It's well deserved.
Yes.
And I'm
when
sure there's more to come.
there is more to come, and when we
wow.
come back, we'll talk about some of the work that you're doing here locally. Okay.
Yes, we will. And we all know about the terrible tragedy that hit St. Louis back in May, the tornadoes. And we're going to talk with Dr. Marty about what she's doing to address the challenges that we now face. We'll be back after a short break. We are Voices of Impact.
Hey, nonprofit leaders, Brad and I know that your time is valuable, and so is the work that you do. That's why we've created mini courses for nonprofit organizations that get straight to the point.
That's right. Each of our mini courses takes 30 minutes or less and dives into topics like building your budget, creating a fund development plan, writing successful grant applications, and having meaningful donor conversations. Perfect for busy leaders who want real results fast.
So head over to kblimpactpartners.com to learn more.
Start making a bigger impact and raising more money today.
What are you looking for?
Welcome back to Voices of Impact, and our special guest today is Dr. Marty Casey.
Okay, we need to hear about this, Marty Casey.
Yes, because Marty Casey is a fabulous, fine rock star. He's so cute, but he's not me. And so, you know how the internet is. You just
Right.
type in a name and he may pop up. And then I'm sure if someone's looking to disarm trauma and they see him, they're
Right.
like, well, wait a minute, this isn't what I'm looking
Is he
for.
doing that with
So,
a song or what? Yeah.
So Marty Casey is really important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? But as you're saying that, what is the best way if somebody out there is listening and would love to get a hold of you? What's the best way for them to reach you?
Oh, I'm on all of the social media platforms. You can find me on Facebook under Marty Casey, under Dr. Marty Casey. I'm on Instagram, Marty_K_Casey. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm probably even on Twitter still, for those who might still be. I'm a little bit everywhere. You can find me.
Good.
I love it.
Good.
Well, our city has just recently suffered just a horrific tragedy. And with the tornadoes coming through here in May, and just impacting thousands of families, individuals, and you've led an effort at your church, and I'd love for you to share with everyone what you're doing and what really led you to take that step to do something.
Wow. So May 16, 2025, on a Friday, we had an E3 tornado to hit St. Louis, Missouri, which a tornado like that has never hit our city since 1959. So you can imagine we were not prepared for the aftermath of this type of storm. And I was getting ready to run out to see who I could help, because I knew that there was going to be some major devastation. And as I was preparing to run out the door, my phone rang, and it was I called my sister. I don't have a blood sister, but she is as close as a sister could come. And she called and said, "Oh my God, Marty, a big tree has landed on my house." I said, "Oh, okay, well, I was running outside to help people. Well, I'm coming straight to you." And when I got there, she hadn't even made it home from work yet. Her neighbors had called to tell her what happened. And 5 months ago, she lost her mom, and her mom would have been sitting in the very spot in that window where that tree hit. And so all I could think about, as I borrowed a saw from her neighbor and I'm sawing limbs, and all I could think about, she just lost her mom. Here's a tree. She's rushing home from work, and this is complex trauma. How is she going to heal from this? And so the bottom line is, I said, if she's dealing with this, I can only imagine what others may be dealing with.
Sure.
And I knew this couldn't just stop here. So I called my pastor that evening and I said, "Pastor, may I please have a space in the church so I can set up an UnGUN center for those who may need whatever they may need. I don't even know what that looks like yet, but I just know I need a building." He said, "Absolutely." Well, when we got to the church Saturday morning, the lights were out in the church from the storm. So I couldn't do anything at the church just yet. So a good friend of mine over at St. Louis Artworks says, "Dr. Marty, we didn't lose power. Now, the church lost power. Come on now, come with me on this. The church lost power, but St. Louis art, because I'm all about the arts, didn't lose." I said, "Okay, perfect. I'm coming over there." And so for 2 weeks, I was at St. Louis. We were at St. Louis Artworks, and I say we because even if God gives you the vision, it's for you to say yes to get it started, but it's not for you to be the only one to do it.
Amen.
Others have to join in the effort.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for something to grow and for something to be impactful, right?
Yes.
Impact doesn't happen with the only I in impact is in the beginning of the word, because everything else has to be packed with people. Okay?
That's right. I love that.
So everyone joined the efforts. We put it out on social media, and people just started showing up with paper towels, toilet paper, cleaning gloves, masks, clothes, you name it. We looked up and it looked like the basement of a store that's about to close out. And I was like, oh my gosh. So here I am arranging things, telling them, no, put this on that table, put this here. When they come in, make sure they fill this out, do this, do that.
Right.
It's the production part that's in me, right?
Right.
So I knew how to coordinate and make it happen. Then I had to go out. Let me say this. Then I had to do keynote for a couple of people that I know.
That's right. That's right.
No, the keynote happened the day before. No, let me get this right. I'm getting my whole schedule. The keynote happened that Thursday, the day before the storm.
The day before the storm.
But do you remember during the keynote that I said, trauma has no race, space, or place. It'll just show up and you have to be prepared?
It showed up.
And it showed up the very next day.
Showed up the next day.
So then I had to go and keynote in
You had to go out of town.
I had to. Well, I
didn't
went
you?
to the Ozarks to do something for
Yes.
300 people. Then that evening, I flew out of town to Asheville, North Carolina, and Asheville is still recovering from a hurricane that happened 7 months ago. So
devastating.
I felt like God had placed me in a class, in a very place where I could ask as many questions as I needed to as to what they needed to do, what are the steps to take to help to
Right.
recover from a storm. I came back. We moved the operation from St. Louis Artworks back to my church, 1260
Right.
Hamilton, St. Paul AME, and we've been there every single day, Monday through Friday, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving the community.
Amazing.
And this Friday, starting this Friday, we're now incorporating Family Fridays, where we will be feeding the families in the community with a food truck and partners, and
That's awesome.
and just being outside,
Family Friday.
being
Yes,
a family,
I love that. Having
Yeah.
community.
having community,
and
Well-
breaking
being
bread
community
together.
Yes.
Kathy and I have had the benefit of seeing the room that you
The work that
were
you're
given before
And
and now.
Yeah.
And
with volunteers and
the power of community volunteerism
Wow.
is incredible.
Brad, yes. And let me say this. I called Kathy because I am a firm believer that if it's something you can't do, you should be able to have access to your community, your friends and family who can do something well. And as I was trying to put this center together, I called Kathy and said, Kathy, I need your help. And she was like, what do you need? What do you,
Yeah.
what? I said, I need you to come and see it so you can see what I'm talking about.
Right.
But when you and Brad came, you didn't hesitate, one, to roll up your sleeves and to just jump in and do the work that day. But you did something even more. You called on someone else that you know that I needed to help build shelves so that those things could be defined, those two spaces. Now we have the Blessed Boutique. We have the People's Pantry. We even have the Cat and Dog Corner. We
Oh, man.
have
Everything's
something
got a
for
name.
everybody.
Well,
Yes, you got to name it,
And
Brad.
I love it. It's beautiful, but I'll never
Yeah.
forget that day and it's going to give me tears because it was the same philosophy that we had when we were at Connections to Success, and it's giving dignity to people. And that was so important to
Yes.
you, to make sure that when they came in, that everything was nice, that everything
right.
was in place, that they had dignity.
That's right.
And the way it looks today is gorgeous.
Wow.
I
Yes,
mean,
it
it's
is.
gorgeous.
Oh, wow, Kathy, you about to make me cry now, seeing
Wow.
you
But
tear up.
you know what?
Yeah.
But and I think that that's so important that, and that's what, when you walk in and, you see, and now what it looks like, that you feel that. They feel loved. They feel cared for. And that somebody really does want to help them. And it's not just leftovers, right?
No, we go through every single item that is donated, and we thank everyone for your donation. We thank you for every single thing. But we are very intentional about what we put out to give to the community
Yes.
in such a devastation. And it's not that what has been donated is not good enough in a sense, but I wanted to go above and beyond because they're healing.
Right.
They're
and that's what
healing.
you're receiving.
Yeah.
That's what's so beautiful
Yeah.
is that you put that out there and that's what you're receiving. And you're giving people hope. And when they walk in that door, their spirits are lifted and you're giving them hope.
Thank you for saying that. We had a gentleman the other day that came in. He comes in every week, and the other day he was shopping, and he says, "I feel like I'm at the mall."
Oh, that's
I
beautiful.
love that.
That's beautiful.
He says, "I
love
feel like I'm
that.
at the mall." I said, "Well, that's the feeling we want." And
gives
guess
him
how much
dignity.
it cost him when he put everything together?
Yeah.
Nothing. $0. No
Wow.
money is exchanged. Everything is free. And that's why it's called the People's Pantry, because it's people serving the people by the things that other people decided to give.
Wow.
I love that. Love it, love
Okay,
it.
we are going to have to take another short break, and we will be back with our special guest, Dr. Marty Casey. Thank you for joining us. We are Voices of Impact, and we will return in a minute.
The Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Nonprofit leaders, do you want expert insights to grow your impact? Subscribe today to the KBL Impact Partners YouTube channel. You will receive powerful fundraising strategies, leadership tips, and exclusive content from Voices of Impact, the show that spotlights changemakers just like you. Don't miss an episode. Get the tools, inspiration, and the expert advice to raise more and do more for your mission. Subscribe now at youtube.com/@KBL Impact Partners and start transforming your nonprofit today.
Welcome back to Voices of Impact and our guest, Dr. Marty Casey. Let's shift the conversation to UnGUN Institute. Tell us a little bit about your mission and what you've been able to accomplish to date.
Well, thank you. UnGUN Institute LLC is the business that I run, but I have to say it was introduced as a program under ShowMeArts Foundation back in 2016. And after one of the programs in ShowMeArts was I raised money to take 20 special children all around Washington, D.C., New Jersey, and New York to show the power of their voices after the unrest of Ferguson. But then Spirit was speaking to me and saying, that's great, but what about the children that have already fallen through the cracks? So that's when I created UnGUN Institute, the program, so that I can go to St. Louis Juvenile Detention Center to work with those children. And I worked with them for 8 weeks. And I'm talking about, you name it, in terms of violence, the things that was on their record and what they were there for. I figured if I could have any type of impact to shift these children, UnGUN could do anything.
Right.
And there was a young man, I'll never forget. He was in there for a double murder, and he was getting ready to be charged as an adult. And when that happened, they pulled him from my program because they can no longer be involved in programs when they're about to go before the judge. I'm gonna try to speed this up. Make a long story short, when I got there, I was seeing them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and when I got there that Thursday, the day before they were to perform, I was told that he would not be able to perform because he's been pulled from the program. And I'm like, oh no, if the judge could just see him, if his peers could see the changes on him, you know, and it doesn't erase what has happened in the past, that debt still has to be paid, but I want them to at least see what's underneath all of that trauma, that transformation. And they said no. And they said, but we were hoping, Marty, you would go upstairs to talk to him because he stopped talking and he won't eat. And I knew then that it was trauma and it had hit the throat chakra. And so I went upstairs to go and see him. And when I walked in with the guard, his food was still sitting there, had not touched it. And he didn't say hello to me when I walked in, which was very unusual. And I said, oh, so what they're saying is true. You're having a hard time talking and you can't eat because it feels like a lump is in your throat. And when I said that, he looked up with tears in his eyes. I said, I get it. I said, it's the trauma. I said, but this is what I want you to know. You're going to go before the judge, and I have no idea what the sentencing is going to be. I'll be praying for the best for you. I said, but this I do know. The only thing that they can lock up is your body. Only you can lock up your mind. And the mind tells the body what to do. So if you want to survive this, I need you to feed your mind with positivity. I want you to get in that Bible and read scripture. I want you to sign up for as many classes as you can take to continue to just feed your mind. And I want you to only interact with positive people, speak positive words, walk in positivity daily. And I said, and I want you to know this. when you get out, I hope you remember me to look me up. But I'll never forget you. And from this moment on, UnGUN, the program, has just become a business because of you.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
UnGUN Institute, Disarming Trauma, really was created off of the idea of working with an individual who had fallen through the cracks.
Right.
Sure.
And I wanted to help to pull him and anyone else from a dark place back up.
Right.
And that's why I call this trauma bullets.
Yeah.
And UnGUN, when you think about things we're triggered from,
Right.
right? After we've gone through trauma and we still become triggered. So it's all of those things that has nothing to do with anyone's Second Amendment.
Right.
It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the guns that's in our hearts that we keep loading and unloading and hurting and harming others. Hurt people hurt people.
That's right.
Healed people heal people.
Absolutely.
And I stand by that.
Amen.
I want to make sure the audience understands this. ShowMeArts Foundation is a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit.
So if I make a donation, a tax-deductible donation
yes.
to ShowMeArts, that money then can go towards the work that you're doing, the trauma work that you're doing under UnGUN.
That is absolutely correct,
Okay.
Brad. And that's
I
why.
wanted to make that clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for making that clear.
Sure.
And that is exactly how we are set up and what we do.
Sure.
So then if someone is listening or watching and they would like to make a donation, how do they go about doing that?
They can go to showmeartsacademy.com and you hit that donate button, or they can contact us at 1260 Hamilton, St. Louis, Missouri, 63112, UnGUN Institute, or they can contact me directly at 314-518-5508, because we may have other options for you through PayPal or Cash App or other places, however you would like to do that. And so I'm grateful that you would even allow me to speak that out loud.
Absolutely.
course.
And I just also want to mention that the work that you do is global.
Yes.
So not only do you do it here in the United States, but you do it globally, and also as a peace advocate, a global peace advocate. And the work that you're doing is having such a huge impact
Thank you.
in our world.
Thank you. I sit on the Grants Council for Purpose Earth.
Yes.
And when I tell
Another
you,
great
yes,
organization.
but when I tell you, I've learned so much
Yes.
for sitting in that space. So not only do I am allowed to do the work that I've created, but I'm a part of other work that has been created, and that also matters.
It does. And
Yeah.
you've just made, again, such a huge impact.
Thank
and
you.
It's absolutely amazing. So tell us, I'm going to switch gears just
Sure,
a little
sure,
bit.
sure.
So tell us about your inspiration in authoring In Her Power, In Her Wisdom.
Wow. That book was created by myself and another author. And when I tell you, it went through the roof in terms of sales, and what it has done for Rebecca Now is the other author that collaborated on this. And we also have in chapters of 23, I believe 23 other authors that's a part of the compilation. The stories that's in this book could heal you from anything. When you talk about a woman owning her power, owning her wisdom, and just sharing what she's been through, how she got through it, and how you can get through it too, this is the book for anyone that is dealing with anything. And I mean that. I stand by that. If you get this book and it don't help you, I'll give you your money back, because it is that powerful. When I read it, I'm like, oh wow, I need to redo my chapter, because it in comparison to some of the chapters in there, it's really mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful for all of my partnerships, not just with the collaboration of the book, but I'm also partnered with St. Paul AME Church, with We Power, with Aging Advantage. So many organizations are out here doing great work.
Absolutely.
And I just have to just say, if there's anything I can say, we don't do this work alone.
No.
You cannot be community
No.
and think that it's just you and your work.
Right.
It's partnerships is
Keeping
what
it
makes
close
it
like
Yeah,
this,
no,
right?
No,
No.
we can't do that. We have to open up and
Yes.
share and be willing to work with others. but you also have to be a person that is have the ability to work well with others.
That's right. And be able to let things, as you beautifully have done, is to engage other people.
Yes.
And in the process, and with volunteers, and being able to partner, and knowing what your gifts are, and knowing what other people bring, and helping to empower them.
I agree wholeheartedly. And then things happen.
They do.
In my 20 plus years now of doing nonprofit work, I've seen a lot happen, and not always good things, but we have to learn how to work through it, because ultimately the community is counting on us.
Absolutely.
They're counting on us.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Let me get my
So
little tissue here.
in regard to the book, In Her Power, In Her Wisdom, can they get that off of Amazon, or how can they purchase that
that is
book?
available on Amazon. And you can also reach me on all of those platforms we talked about and say, Dr. Marty, I'm interested in the book, and we'll make sure that you get that.
So
Beautiful.
I just want to ask a more personal question.
How much I weigh or how tall I am?
No.
Because I was going to answer.
But you know, there's so much that you do. And running a nonprofit, running your own business, and I'm sure you've had, and I know that our audience, that I've gone through this, where there's times that I just want to stop and just quit.
Yeah.
And just say, you know what, I am done carrying this load. Because you're carrying a heavy load. What is it that gets you like going that next day?
The story that I probably have heard the day before. Each day I meet someone differently. Each day the story changes. Each day I know there's somebody that's counting on me to show up. When I showed up at the center yesterday, 10 people were in line before 10 a.m.
Wow.
And we have record-breaking hot numbers right now. But they were sitting on the steps of the church. Some of them may not even be a member of a church, but they were sitting on the steps of my church, waiting to be served. So when I don't feel like getting up, when I'm tired, when I'm hot, when I've been disappointed, when I've been overlooked, when I have not been invited to the table, when my name isn't being called, I know there's a bigger purpose for me to still
We're going to
show
have
up.
you back to talk more. This went so fast. That's all the time we have. Dr. Marty, what a pleasure. We've enjoyed having you. Thanks for coming on and sharing your story of hope and healing in our community.
So one more time, can you just give your website or give a way for them to reach you?
ShowMeArtsAcademy.com, unguninstitute.com, on all of the social media platforms, or you can call the phone number 314-518-5508. Show Me Arts Foundation is our 501c3, and UnGUN Institute LLC is the business that's keeping our community safe, disarming trauma and violence down. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. We are Voices of Impact, and please join us again for our next show.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Are you a nonprofit leader, awake at night worrying about your organization's future? You're not alone. Did you know a staggering 30% of nonprofits don't survive past 10 years? Often it's a simple reality. No money, no mission.
There is hope. At KBL Impact Partners, we understand the value of every dollar and every donor. Did you know 58% of donors are willing to give more if they know the impact of their donation?
That's why we've created Frame Up for Funding, our exclusive 12-week program designed to empower nonprofit leaders just like you. Learn how you can effectively communicate with donors and funders, demonstrating the lasting impact of their investments.
Visit kblimpactpartners.com today and schedule your complimentary consultation. Together, let's make your mission possible.
Introducing the Ultimate Synergy, a game-changing solution for content creators and businesses looking to reach wider audiences. With your content, our channels, a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week access to both radio and television platforms, your message will be heard loud and clear by millions.
Thank you for joining us on today's enlightening episode of Voices of Impact. Remember, each one of you has the power to make a difference in this world.
With the KBL Impact Partners team of over 75 years of experience in the nonprofit and corporate sectors, we are with you on this journey. We stand ready as more than advisors. We are partners and mentors committed to your vision for a better tomorrow. It's about creating solutions that resonate with your unique mission, with a dedication to personalized attention that brings out the very best in your organization.
And if you're ready to take your organization to the next level, visit kblimpactpartners.com and schedule your complimentary consultation. Ignite your impact, amplify your vision, and elevate your mission to lead the social movement.
This is Voices of Impact with KBL Impact Partners, where your mission fuels our dedication to social impact. Until next time, let's continue to be the inspiring voice of change in our communities and beyond.
Introducing the Ultimate Synergy, a game-changing solution for content creators and businesses looking to reach wider audiences. With your content, our channels, a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week access to both radio and television platforms, your message will be heard loud and clear by millions.